Good evening, everybody. Matt M. Roy back once again. I think I'm going to turn that light off because my face looks a lot better. But not just me. You can see we got Milo right there. He just fell asleep on that chair. So I decided to let him stay there. Hope everybody's doing really well tonight. Paul wants to know, what is the weather looking like for this weekend? The weekend is not supposed to be bad, 50s and 60s. It's the start of the next week that's going to be the question. We're supposed to be having a possibility of snow Monday or Tuesday, so that'll be kind of interesting. New shirt, yes. As a matter of fact, this is the purple shirt that I got from Dollar Tree the other day. It's actually a 2X, so I had to shrink it down. But for whatever reason, this particular webcam makes it look kind of blue, but take my word for it, it is purple. Oh, looks purple. Good. I didn't know that. I-386 said it actually looks purple. In my monitor, it still looks blue, believe it or not. I want to give you guys a little testimonial. If you saw the vlog from earlier, you'll know by now that we've undecorated or put away our Christmas decorations just today. And normally what would happen is Mom and I would take everything down, box it up, wrap it up, and put it nice so it won't get damaged, and then bring it upstairs, put it in in their room temporarily, and then Dad later on would come down, open up the attic stairs, and he would go up in the attic and put everything away. Because in the years previous to this, I was not able to go up in the attic due to my weight. The attic has a 250-pound weight limit. And most of you guys that have followed me for any length of time know that I am down to 230 now, actually 229 when I looked at it this morning with my clothes. It would be if I weighed my clothes with my clothes off. So it's amazing. I actually feel very blessed that I can actually go up in the attic and work in there and do things that I couldn't do in the years past. And, yeah, it's not a big thing. It really is just a little thing, but it is big to me. It's something that I haven't been able to do that I can actually do now because of all the weight that I've lost. And I don't think I was in that attic for 10 years. Pretty much almost since we first moved in. When we first moved in this house, I was about 245, 250 pounds, so I was able to go in the attic. But a year after that, I started packing the pounds on and was never able to go in there again. So, you know what they say, little things mean a lot? That is absolutely true. Ruben says hello. Ruben asks, is that the image of the Alienware desktop in the top left corner? Yes, it is, right over there. As a matter of fact, that computer is going to be sold hopefully tonight. I have it listed on a whole bunch of different platforms, but mostly the Facebook virtual yard sale. I've had people messaging me, and this one gentleman is going to come by. He offered me a good price. He's going to offer me a good price, so hopefully he buys it. And for those of you that are going to ask, unfortunately, the trade for that Alienware Aurora R7 didn't pan out. The person never got back to me, so it is what it is. Sometimes trades work, sometimes they don't. Cameron Cloud, Matt, what type of music are you into? Watch the Bohemian Rhapsody movie last night, and Freddie Mercury is amazing. Yeah, I like Queen. Matter of fact, I've been listening to a lot of their older stuff. There is a song that Queen put out that wasn't very famous in this country called Radio Gaga. If you have a chance to listen to it, check it out on YouTube. It's a really good song. Other than that, I like a lot of jazzy stuff. I love Joni Mitchell. Joni Mitchell is one of my favorite folk/jazz artists. I mean, you can really bundle her in both categories, but I like easy listening. I'm an aficionado of pretty much all different kinds of music. It's easier to tell you probably the kind of music I don't like. I don't like rap, and I don't really like country music. Those are the only two genres I really don't like. Ruben says, Milo's being cute while sleeping. Yes, he is. He's getting big, though. Let me see if I could turn him around here so you guys can see his face. Probably have to go this way. There we go. There he is. Hey, my. You being a good boy? Everybody wants to say hi. He is getting a little bit of a belly, though. I really have to watch that with him. Paul Kane, speaking of music, you should drag out the old turntable from the storage room and do a vlog about it. I maybe I might feature that in a future vlog. The only problem is I'm not even sure that turntable still works. It's actually been sitting now for a couple of years, and when I put it away, it wasn't the most reliable thing in the world. That is a Toshiba direct drive turntable. I think it needs to be refurbished because what's happening is the grease around the gears and the sprockets is drying up, because I remember that turntable used to bind up quite badly, and that's why I took it out of service. What you doing? What you doing? He doesn't want to face the camera. Don't you show him your butt. We're going to go around this way. There we go. Typical cat doesn't want to do what you want him to do. I-36, mostly like old Western cowboy songs from the 40s and 50s. Yeah, not my type. What make of a turntable is it? I just answered that. Toshiba. Stephen Barber says, I might get a Dell Latitude E6540 with a 4th gen Core i7 or so. Be very careful. i7 laptops tend to run very hot. I don't care what other people say. I've owned them in the past, and generally I get rid of them because they start overheating. You're much better off going with something like a quad-core i5. They're not as powerful, granted, but they won't cook your computer. What you doing? What do you hear? I think mom and dad are actually still putting some things away, and that's what he hears. Tell you, cats have the most amazing ears. Paul Kane asks, i7 desktops don't overheat, do they? Not generally. Maybe the ultra small form factor ones do, but other than that, no, you're usually pretty safe. Well, that didn't last long. Ruben says, bye. Milo, what are you doing? You're being very standoffish tonight. I don't know why. Yeah. Like I said, typical cat. All right, Cameron Clout says, what classic cars has your dad owned? Well, let's see what I can name. My dad's owned several 1955 Chevy Bel Airs, or not Bel Airs, they were 210s. He owned a Plymouth Roadrunner. He owned a couple of Mustangs. He still has the 65. He has a 65 Mustang convertible. He had a 68 Mustang, not the fastback, but whatever the other one was, the non-convertible one. That one was green. He's had several Chevy C10 pickup trucks. He had his first one was a 72. Very rare because it actually had the 4 headlights, 2 on each side. That was a purple one. He actually had it painted purple. And then he had a bright orange 72, 71 Chevy C10, cyan C10. Let me think, what else has he had? He had the Buick Electra 225. He had a 1978 or 77 Lincoln Mark 7. He's had a lot of different cars, and it'd probably take me an hour to name them all, to be honest with you. Yeah, he did. He had an 83 Monte Carlo, which he sold, and he has his Hearst Olds right now. Cameron Cloud says, great taste in cars. Yes, he does. Computers are my forte, and cars are definitely his. I-386 says, I want to try the new AMD Ryzen in the cabinet. I may not, let me see. I mean, I can access USB ports better with it on the desk. The Ryzen has had good reviews. Me personally, I'll probably stick to Intel built systems. But if I ever build one from scratch myself, then yeah, I would probably go with a Ryzen just for the cost benefit of it. I mean, you can get as much or better performance out of a Ryzen system. You're going to pay a heck of a lot less to build it. Don Brody said, hey, Matt, finally made one of these. Nice to see you. And the Lazy Fish Keepers here as well. Thank you. Thank you guys for coming. 16 watchers and 7 likes. You know, it's funny. I noticed over the past few days since we started this event, I've been hovering around 20 watchers. And I think about it, has a lot to do with the time of year, because I notice that when I do the live stream events towards Christmas time, like November, December, the viewership's up. And now that it's January, people are just off the YouTube platform. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that the content creators like myself are actually not able to make as much money. Basically, what happens is starting January, YouTube has to renegotiate all of their contracts, and that takes a little while. So right now, ad revenue is really, really down, whereas I might make I'm not going to give exact numbers. I might make a couple $100 a month from ad revenue. Now I'll be lucky to make about half of that, or maybe 60% of it. So if you see me putting out a little less content than normal, it's just because when ad revenue is down, I have to diversify, and I have to put more time and energy into other things that'll help me make a living. Because at the end of the day, YouTube is still a business. I still have to be able to make money doing this. Now, is that the only reason I do this? No. I love doing this. I love interacting with you guys. I love getting information out there. But let's face it, money does make the world go round. Lazy Fish Keeper says more videos. I've actually been putting out quite a few videos. If you count the live stream I'm doing now and then the vlog, that's 2 for today. I'll put out as many as I possibly can, but you got to realize it's not easy. There's a lot of time and effort to put out a vlog. Counting the time it takes to film the vlog, edit it up, upload it, you're looking at about at least 2 to 3 hours in the day, plus the hour that I do the live stream. So that's 4 hours out of the day, and I may be only up about 11 or 12 hours. So it may not seem like a significant chunk out of my day, but it's enough that I need to make sure that it's worth my while. And again, I don't want to sound like I'm being greedy, because I'm not. You know, I'm not that kind of guy. I'm the kind of guy that would literally give you the shirt off of his back if he needed to. But again, you got to realize I still have to be able to make a living somehow. Easier said than done these days. Tom Wildsick, you really see how much weight you've lost. You look awesome. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. That really encourages me to continue doing this. And I hope I'm returning the favor and encouraging a lot of you out there that have been struggling with your weight in recent years to do the same thing. Try to get on a lifestyle change. And that's what it needs to be. Diets, and I've said this in the past, diets do not work. A diet might last a month or two. You may lose 10, 20 pounds, usually just water weight. And then you're going to gain, once you get back off that, go back to your old habits, you're going to gain most of that weight back. Rumi says, whoa, you showed your entire body. Well, I showed you guys with my shirt off. I'm still actually not that happy because I do still have some sagging skin, specifically in the breast region. If you notice that, that might get better if I start working out. And I am working out a lot. I do weights every day, usually 3 to 4 different times a day, maybe 10 to 15 reps. But that's only going to help so much. I may actually have to get this surgically taken care of. It's funny, when I first started this weight loss journey, I assumed that that would be the better part. I can't talk. That a lot of the loose skin when I got towards the end of this journey would be on the stomach, but that's not really the case. I'm noticing that most of the excess skin is actually up in what we affectionately call the breastplate. Lazy Fish Keeper said, need a man's ear. Yes, I guess I'll have to call either Kramer or George's dad, Jerry Stiller. If you guys remember that episode of Seinfeld, that was so funny. They called it they were going to call it either the bro or the man's ear for people that had male bosoms to help keep it under control. Believe me, there was a time that I really could have used something like that. I'm not going to say the whole name, but Alligator asks, when do you start driving for Amazon? When they have openings. Right now, at least in my area, the jobs are all taken up. Basically, I'm on the waiting list, and whenever somebody drops out and an opening comes up, they'll message me via my cell phone, and I can start driving. I was hoping it would have been by now, but honestly, I'm not too worried about it because I'm keeping myself occupied right now with other ventures. So I don't know. We'll see what happens there. Mr. Jimmy says, go for an 8-mile run, Matt. It's funny. I can actually run. I've been doing a little bit of running, but the problem is, even at this weight, it's still hard on my knees. People that are runners are really thin. Like when you talk about BMI, body mass index, most runners have a BMI under 20, usually maybe even the 10 to 15% range. My BMI is still about 28. So at that point, it's still kind of not a good idea for me to run. I could probably start jogging, which I'll probably start incorporating. Once I get down to maybe about 220, 215, my BMI shoots down to about 25, 26%. That's actually normal, believe it or not. Then it might be safe for my joints for me to start running. Jonathan Grindle asks, Matt, I know you're not a gamer, but would you ever buy yourself a Nintendo Classic? Probably not. I mean, I literally just bought that Classic 2 HD over there. And see, the thing is, we have a local shop here called Old School Video Games, and they sell pretty much every cartridge for almost every system, NES, Super NES. So if I want to play a specific Nintendo game, I'll go over there and just buy it from them. They actually have very good prices. So I don't really see a need to have an all-in-one system like that. If somebody was to give me one, I wouldn't say no, but I probably wouldn't go out of my way to actually buy one. Very good question, Tom Wild. He says, what other benefits have you seen from your weight loss, such as less tiredness, etc.? Believe it or not, that's actually the number one benefit that I've seen. There are times I actually have too much energy, like I can't even fall asleep at night. But other benefits, I'm not hungry as much now. In other words, I don't even feel like I want to eat after a certain point, like around 2 or 3 in the afternoon. I don't have joint pain. For a long time, I was having back problems, lower back problems, and even starting to have some knee problems, and that's pretty much all cleared up now. And even my skin, if you guys go back and look at my older videos, you might notice that my face was a lot redder than it is now. So I've noticed that the lifestyle change has actually affected and improved my keratosis pilaris that's on my face. Rumor says, I need to watch your thrift store haul from yesterday after this. Yes, that was an interesting haul. Not a lot of computer-related items, like only one monitor and no towers or anything like that. But I found some interesting items, including that Brita picture and that RCA VCR, which I've actually listed on Craigslist and offer up Not Let Go. I've had issues recently with Let Go. But that actually brings up a point that I wanted to make, and I kind of made it on the vlog too, but I want to let you guys know. If you're looking for something, let me readjust this real quick since Milo's gone. If you're looking for something to resell, VCRs are a great option right now. They are selling like hotcakes on pretty much all platforms. Craigslist, OfferUp, Let Go, Facebook Yard Sale, eBay, everything. But you want to look out because not all VCRs are worth your time. You want to look for ones that are 4 to 6 heads. You want to look for ones that are hi-fi stereo. Those two things are a must. At least 4 heads and at least stereo or hi-fi stereo. It's always a plus if you can get the original remote and the owner's manual, like the one that I got, but it's not 100% necessary. Give you an example. I've listed that VCR. I paid about $5 for that VCR after the discount. I listed that for $40, and I expect to get every bit of $40 for that VCR. Mainly, it's not a real rare one. It is a high-end VCR, but it's an RCA VCR. They don't usually bring the big bucks. If you got something like a high-end Sony deck, or maybe even a high-end Panasonic deck, especially an older one, and even better than that would be a high-end JVC VCR. Those can bring $60, $80, even $100. And what you want to do, this is something I got from Craigslist Hunter. When you take the pictures, you also want to make sure you include all the hookups you need, so coax cable, composite video cable, and you also want to try to include some blank tapes. Whenever I sell a VCR, I always try to include at least 2 blank videotapes, and that'll entice people to buy. And you could say something in your ad like perfectly good working VCR, and you do want to make sure that you test it, of course, and make sure it's working. Transfer those old videos off your old 8mm tapes or your old VHSs and put them on VHS, or give yourself a backup if your DVR craps the bed and be able to record TV shows to a VCR. You can kind of personalize what you say in the ads, and believe me, people will buy these things because people still use VCRs. And not only that, a lot of people are getting into the nostalgia. Nostalgia is huge right now. A lot of people have old VHS tapes that are sitting around that they want to watch again, and not just pre-recorded tapes. I know a lot of people that have like videotapes of old weddings, maybe old graduations that they need a VCR to see. Someone else asked me about are DVD players worth it now? No. VCRs, 8mm decks, anything like analog audio and video is really hot right now, and I'm going to include tape decks in that as well. I just see Stephen Barber sent me something. Okay, it's an eBay listing for an RCA VCR similar to the one that I have, albeit a little bit newer. Let me see. They have the remote, the user manual there, though I can tell. Let me look closer. I could tell that the user manual is not original. It's one that they downloaded and printed out in a PDF format, but that's okay. They're asking $80 for this one, and I'll go ahead and share the link. I don't think Stephen will mind. But $80 is a little rich for that VCR. I would say they're more realistic and look at getting something around the $40 or $50 mark, and they might be lucky to do that. Look, we have a hater here. Hey, say everybody, clap for the hater. We got a hater here. Food, and I'm not going to say the last word there, says, get a job, bum. Well, I actually have a job. See, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a person that makes his own money, lives his own life the way he sees fit. I'm sure you're a person that maybe works for the man. Somebody who works in a fast food restaurant flipping burgers, probably making minimum wage. So I feel bad for you, really. I want to appreciate whoever deleted that comment. That's really nice. But you know what? We got to give kudos to the haters too, because it makes for some really good entertainment. I'm telling you, people out there, some of these comments I get are a riot. I could, believe it or not, I could actually do an entire live stream on the hater comments that I get. You guys would probably laugh. Drop the ban hammer on these menaces. Yeah, definitely. Stephen Barber says $80 for this VCR is pretty good. They are hard to find. They might get $80 for that again if they wait long enough. That one is a pretty desirable model, being that a Ti-Fi stereo, and that one's a 4-head. I would say if it was the 6-head model, they'd have a better chance of getting that $80. My personal opinion, I think they're looking more around the $40 mark for that. What you doing, Milo? Come on, bud. Come on, baby. You gonna come back up? He's thinking about it. What you doing? Milo's right at my feet. Tom Wild says, never seen a point in hating online. Don't like, don't watch. It's always been my philosophy. Say hi, Milo. Say hi, bud. Hey, buddy, buddy. Hey, buddy, buddy boy. What is that? You got a little schmutz on your eye there. All right. You're a good boy, Milo. Don Brody says, hey, Matt, you're truly blessed with beautiful parents, a home, and pets. Yes, I believe I am. And, you know, a lot of people might say, well, why don't you get out on your own? Why don't you get married and have some kids? Well, you know what? It's none of their business. They don't know what is best for me. That might be good for some people. You guys know some of the struggles that I've had, that we've been through as a family. I'm happy where I am, to be honest with you. Nobody's, how can I say this without offending anybody? Nobody here is being harmed. I'm always very helpful around the house. We share the loads equally, in everything included there. So just don't worry about it. The haters are always going to hate. And if they want to put a comment up, you know what? Let them do it. It's all right. I'll report them. We can do that. Oh, my chat window went away. Tom Wild said, if you are happy, it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. Everyone is different. I'm 29 and live with my mother. There you go. It's all needs to be said right there. Eric Brunhammer said, I had a hard time dealing with them at first, but when I first started, but now I'm like F blank, blank, blank. You know what? I got you. I'm not sure I understand. I don't understand Nick Roberts. I don't understand that question. Jonathan Riddle said, hey, Matt, I thought of something you should do. Swap the Alienware PC for the home theater PC in your room. Only reason I wouldn't do it is, believe it or not, that home theater PC actually has more power than that Alienware one does, believe it or not. That one's a 6-core AMD FX processor. Plus, I actually like that one. I have that computer set up exactly the way I like, though, honestly, I don't really use it that much. Chat windows being messy again. Come on, baby. Come on, Milo. Come on up. Come on, buds. He wants out, but I want him to stay here so you guys can get another view of him. Come on, Milo. Yeah, we'll let him be. He's happy. Paul Kane says my chat window keeps stalling. Keeps stalling. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. So does mine right now. I don't know. YouTube must be glitching out or something. Let me see if I missed anything. Another troll. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I'm not worried about what do you got? 17, 16 watchers and 9 likes. That is awesome. I really always appreciate you guys for coming. It definitely helps me out, and I know you guys really enjoy this. Cameron Cloud asked, thought about live streaming gaming. I'm actually considering doing that. Probably not. I don't know if it's going to be a live stream or a regular upload. I haven't decided. But I want to do some gameplay on the Classic 2 HD for you guys. Probably Super Mario Brothers 3, one of my personal favorite games. I'm sure a lot of you guys have played that before. Ruben says, get a drink of water. It's sitting over there. I drank about I had half a gallon of water before I started this, so I'm good. I'm good. Power Realm asks, hey Matt, do you like any metal bands? Not really. I used to listen to some Black Sabbath back in the day, but that's really about it. Not really my forte. POD, if you would consider, yeah, I guess we could consider them a metal band, though. Not everything they sing is that the heavy metal, if you will. One of my favorite songs from them is "Youth of the Nation." YouTube should set. Paul Kane says YouTube should separate out the haters. 18 watchers, 5 haters, 11 likes. Yeah, you can't. You can't do it. I mean, you know what? Let's move on from there because I don't want to keep talking about it because that just kind of entices them to keep trying. If you know what I mean. Spiky 911 USA. What motivated you in starting YouTube vlogs? My Asperger's. It really helps me focus because a lot of times I have issues like ADD where I have a hard time focusing on things. And this is something that I can do. I'm an auditory person, which means I get the most out of learning and the most out of interacting with people, not just by being with, but actually talking. So basically, that's how it got me started. And everybody says they like the vlogs, honestly. All right, tubers, I'm ending the live stream here. I know it's only half an hour, but I do have somebody coming tonight, and I got to get ready for them, the person coming for that Alienware. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I'm sorry they can't be all longer than, an hour long, but we'll see what happens. I just want to make sure real quick I didn't miss anybody's comments. I know it's really, really hard to get everybody in there. Let's see. I thought I saw something here from Mark Covington, but it looks like it's gone. I feel bad because I know a lot of times, especially during the week, he can't come to these live streams. Mark, buddy, I'm sorry. I don't see that comment. I thought I saw one come up just for a minute. Now, I guess Mark's gone away. All right, tubers, please continue to like and subscribe. And as always, have a blessed